It is 3 minutes past 1 p.m. A very good afternoon and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. My name is Sharon Chomdoshe. Today, the President, Yoweri Museveni, has joined the NRM party to eulogize former Moroto Municipality Member of Parliament, the late Simon Peter Alepa, who perished in a road accident early this week. Mr. Museveni referred to him as a pro-people and pro-development young patriot who has run his short race very well. The President was yesterday afternoon at the NRM Secretariat able to join party leaders to mourn Honorable Alepa, who at the time of his death was serving as the National Vice Chairperson for Karamoja region. Take a look.
Members of the NRM party, mainly top leaders, started making their way to the Secretariat by 8 a.m. on Friday, 26th July 2024. Moments later, mourners were joined by the party chairperson, also President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni. The President went straight to lay the wreath of flowers on the casket containing the body of the late Alper and also signed in the condolence book.
As you can still see on your screens,
the short speeches were led by those of Karamoja Parliamentary Caucus.
We really want to appeal to you in your heart of hearts, and you have been supporting the region, giving young people some support through State House, and that's why we have now over 45 doctors. Please, Your Excellency, help this family.
This was followed by the family members.
Honorable Alepa Simon Peter is a self-made man in a way that he lost his parents when he was still young, but struggled through education. His father was polygamous.
His death is a bullet to my family. He has been a father, a rock.
The widow thanked the President for pledging to support the family.
The other day when you called me, I was broken down. But after you told me you'll support to educate my children, I stopped crying. That's why I'm able to stand here today.
On behalf of the NRM Secretariat, Right Honorable Richard Odong eulogized the late as one who has greatly served his country and party.
Out of the 6 regional vice chairpersons, we are now left with 4. And 2 who have passed on are from northern Uganda. And to us, his death politically is a very big blow.
Dr. Abatesachi Alan Paul, a pathologist from Lago National Referral Hospital, briefed mourners on the possible cause of the late Alper's death.
When we examined him, we found that he had scratch marks on the right shoulder, on the right arm. The right eye was swollen.
Alhaji Moses Chigongo, the first National Vice Chairperson of the NRM, invited the President to address the mourners.
What really caused this so unnecessary death? Just a young person, very active, very Christian, now he dies. It's so sad.
The President took a sweep at members of Parliament who always speak recklessly, especially in times of mourning, singling out the Kalungu West legislator Joseph Sewungu Gonzaga.
There's a joker called Sewungu. I think he was called Sewungu. He was speaking. Yeah, it's called Sewungu. I know them from intelligence, from those who are not so useful. I always follow them up. Now he was saying that because there are 2 lanes, one lane, that's why we have accidents. That we should go to 4 lanes. Just like children. You see adults talking like children.
Museveni lauded the late Alper for being a hard-working person who managed to pull himself from grass to grace.
First of all, he was an orphan. He managed to study. When 40 others from the same polygamist, 39 others never made it. That one I didn't know. How did he manage? Who paid for him? You, the others, learn from him. How did this orphan manage?
President Museveni noted that Karamoja is now at a takeoff stage and reaffirmed that government will support the family on top of securing a job for the widow and a house for the family.
We shall pay for the children. Those children will study. we shall pay for them until they finish their education. If my staff, my State House control is here to make sure that the Arapel's family get a Kasumora house in Kampala here.
Born in 1974, Alper is to be laid to rest on 30th July 2024 in Napaka District. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Robert Onyango, for the updates. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has appointed Alex Kaka as the caretaker in the office of the Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. In a phone interview with the Secretary to Cabinet, Lucy Nachobe, the appointment takes effective immediately. The position fell vacant after the holder, Geraldine Sadi, was arrested and charged on July 18, 2024 before the Anti-Corruption Court over allegations of causing financial loss and conspiring with members of Parliament to steal and compensation funds to the defunct cooperative units. Nachobe says Kaka will be the caretaker until the appointing authority decides on the next move.
The ghost of corruption has continued to haunt Geraldine Sali, who is currently in prison over charges of financial loss and conspiring with members of Parliament to steal compensation funds to the defunct cooperative unions. Sali was in the position of the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives until the wrath of the law called her offside on corruption saga. As Geraldine Sali continues to prove her innocence in the Anti-Corruption Court, President Yoweri Museveni has appointed Alex Kaka as a caretaker in the office. Kaka, who is the current Principal Private Secretary to the Vice President, is the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Trade until the appointing authority clears the next move. The Secretary to the Cabinet, Lucy Nachobe, confirmed the appointment.
Following the issues that Geraldine Sali is involved in, she has been taken to court and charged.
Yes.
The law requires that we go ahead and interdict her. And therefore, when we interdict her, there is a gap that is created. In the absence of her, that means the Ministry of Trade has no accounting officer.
Okay.
And the ministry without accounting officer cannot run. So, as a stopgap, I appointed the Kaka that so he's right now the ministry. CPS to the Vice President, but caretaking the Ministry of Trade, and we see how the progress with Sali's case.
Okay, so Madam, when you say caretaking, what is the legality and how long do you think he will be acting as a caretaker to the ministry?
The rest that he will be the appointing authority, who is the president. That the contract is about to expire. So should it expire and the president feels does not want to wait for the court process, he appoint a substantive PA.
Okay.
If the president wants to wait for the court process, he can wait. That is not innocent. Then he probably can consider her for employment again.
Okay. In the recent report of Parliamentary Committee on Trade and Tourism, the investigations pinned the Ministry of Trade for adjustments in the amount paid to the defunct cooperatives after the results showed that the Ministry of Trade paid amount over and above the appropriated sum by Parliament. The matter has since witnessed Geraldine Sali, some members of Parliament, including Mawanda Michael and Paul Akamba, and some lawyers being arrested and charged before the Anti-Corruption Court. Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Daniel Muga. In more stories, hundreds of French teachers across the African continent from both Francophone and Anglophone countries have concluded a 5-day summit held at Makerere University Business School. The International Conference of French Teachers is aimed at sharing challenges and opportunities presented by the French language.
At a high speed, given the advancement of technological tools, the digital tools. So we realize that as teachers, as the world advances in the world of technology, we also have to be at the same pace, at the same level. You see what these tools can do, what ChatGPT can do, what artificial intelligence generally can do. And as teachers, we have to be at the same level with learners.
We looked at how French can be motivating for students. First of all, that is my specialty because I look at ludic activities in the teaching of foreign languages. I've published on it, and I've also led a project which was called Kavif, and which has inspired a new project, Kalufu, where we look at French for fun. That is one way of motivating students to love French and also use it as a tool of interaction, so that we are not only talking about conjugation, je suis, tu es, vous êtes. No, we are now looking at how French in the modern era can be taught communicatively.
In this Congress, we talked about the artificial intelligence, the thing, and we said in class in practice it might have a lot of challenges, especially with the students. For example, we said you might give a student some questions. Instead of using her own intelligence, we might take the question and just put them in the machine, the machine, and then get a very, very, very good answers. But in fact, it might not be her own capacity or his own capacity. And as teachers, we are discussing how we can do to make sure that, of course, we cannot avoid the technology. But as teachers, we need to find a good way on how we can help the students, especially.
Five National Teachers College have each been given a vehicle by Enabel, a development agency of Belgium's federation government that collaborates with Uganda's Ministry of Education and Sports in easing transportation at these institutions. State Minister for Higher Education Dr. Chrysostom Muyingo handed over the vehicles to the principals of the beneficiary National Teachers Colleges at Legacy Towers in Kampala.
The teacher training institutions that have received the vehicles include NTC Mubende, NTC Kabale, NTC Muni, NTC Unyama, and NTC Kaliro. Minister of State for Higher Education, Dr. Chrysostom Muyingo says the principals should give proper maintenance to the vehicles for them to perform their duties.
In the first place, I feel very much honored to preside over this function, where we are witnessing a total of 5 vehicles being handed over to our National Teachers Colleges, who are now become united. Upon receiving the newly refurbished facilities, please take maximum care of these facilities. They are new, good looking. Let's own it. Let us own them and take maximum care of whatever there is in there for the next generation. I want to encourage you to maintain the facilities, as I was said. Make sure they are properly utilized for the purpose of preparing the best teacher for this country.
Dr. Safina Musene says these vehicles will make it easier for tutors and principals to move to teaching practice centers to supervise teachers under training.
For us as education, when we receive this facility vehicles, we get happy because we know they are going to improve the transportation of our instructors, tutors, our principals in the field as they supervise the training and to attend various meetings that support education and training of a teacher.
Enabel has been here for close to 20 years, working with the central government through the different ministries. And of course this function today is part and parcel of the projects which Enabel implemented through the teacher education. We are handing over 5 vehicles to the 5 NTCs in this country.
The college principals were in utter joy upon receiving these vehicles, saying it is a timely intervention.
We have been suffering Sometimes when we have an activity to go in the field, we need to climb hills. We didn't have means, but we believe through this, Mama, Janet, we thank you so much for thinking about us. NTC Kaliro didn't have any means of transport apart from the college bus that may not really be necessary for transporting a few staff members. So all along, the administrators have been using public means, travel to Kampala, and then in Kampala you are on a border. I would like to thank Enebo. They have really redeemed us from this challenge.
Crispus, Arinitwe, UBC News.
Amanya gange nze Namtebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere weewaawo abafere gye bali naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo mwebale nnyo mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable.
Predict the outcome of 10 football games and win big with tickets at only 500 shillings. Play for this Monday's draw to stand a chance to win big with Sports Stake 10.
Buy your tickets at authorized shops on nationallottery.go.ug to download the app or simply dial *278#.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Welcome back to UBC Lunchtime News, and in more stories, welders, shea butter and poultry emuga savings and credit cooperatives in Albertong and Dokolo districts in northern Uganda are empowering youth and women through the UGA Seed Fund. And of course, the initiative is fostering economic growth and employment, transforming lives in the Langi and Acholi communities. The initiative is inspiring, and the inspiring journeys of Ogwol Bosco Nyoni, Vincent Odaga and Grace Abalo highlight the dedication and entrepreneurial spirit driving financial independence and community development. White has a detailed report on this story.
In Dokolo District, Agwata Town Council, the Dokolo North Welders Emyoga Circle stands out as an exceptional enterprise fostering youth employment. This initiative empowers members to save and invest in other income-generating ventures, such as hardware, through the UGA Seed Fund of 50 million shillings. Ogwal Bosco Nyonyi, the circle chairperson, shares his inspiring journey, revealing that he earns over 5 million shillings weekly. His commitment to saving 50,000 shillings daily has significantly empowered him economically.
As a dog now, I'm a boss. I'm offering my own business, so I'm a boss. I'm also employing others people to work. Even I'm training another people, those who want to know what the welding.
In Oyolwak village, Akura parish in the district of Alebtong, Vincent Odaga, a father of 8, invested his 1 million shillings Emyoga money into poultry project. His family is doing financially well.
The Emyoga money has helped us greatly. One, this house here, this is a smaller house. I have erected it using the Emyoga. The chicken you're seeing here, I have raised them using the Emyoga.
His daughter Daphne Ochen, a 21-year-old woman, is living her dream after she has been also successfully completed her nursing course and is proud to be the only nurse in her sub-county. She plans to open her own drug shop.
Because of this project, as you can see me here, I can look small, but I'm done with my nursing. Because since I started my studies, they've been selling this chicken to pay my tuition. I've been not having any challenge in over tuition or what because of this in yoga. It has really helped me.
Grace Abalo, chairperson of the Moroto Women Entrepreneurs Emyoga Circle in Kai Parish, leads 32 associations involved in various income-generating ventures, including piggery and shea nut butter processing. These initiatives are transforming the lives of rural communities in Aleptong district.
Our lives are changed. Even we are helping our husbands, our children, to ensure that the wage of the expenses that our husbands and our spouses has been incurring. We are stepped in as women and supporting them. Now they are happy, and we also we are happy. These things fight domestic violence that we are normally have before. But now we are okay. The family are in peace. Even the children are enjoying.
The success story highlights the transformative impact of the UGA Seed Fund, driving financial independence and growth among the youth and women in Langi and Acholi communities. Mary Namkose, Robert Boita, UBC News.
The Minister for Kampala, Minza Kabanda, and beneficiaries from the Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, support to empower Ugandan citizens, who included Yumbe District Woman Member of Parliament, Honorable Avako Naima, and the Executive Director of Air Future for Orphans Uganda, John K. Rubonete, and they applauded the Turkish Development Agency for its continued aid to uplift lives of Ugandans. This was contained in a message to bid farewell to the former country director of TICA, Omar Icon, at a function held in Kololo.
For a long time, they have given us equipment, they have given us money, they have given us everything in Wachiso and in Kampala district. As far as I know, I've witnessed them giving out equipments for bakery, the cookers, the computers and sewing machines, so many things. And I think we have benefited as Ugandans. They don't give tokens as tokens, but at least they give equipments. And as far as I'm concerned, getting an equipment is better than getting money.
Uganda and Turkey, they have been friends for a long time. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, for keeping this good relationship. I want to thank the government of Turkey for considering Uganda among all the countries in the world to have here their home, to have here their embassy and their development agency, TICA. We have seen many Ugandans benefiting in education sector, health sector, and etc. And also request, respectively, to consider building a permanent embassy in Uganda. As Ugandans, we love so much the work that is done by the government of Turkey in Uganda, by the agencies of Turkey, by the companies from Turkey, also the individuals.
We assume the female gender is very vulnerable, the young girls are very vulnerable. With the help of TICA, especially by availing the tailoring center that is now operational, you see girls come with that energy. They feel they now have a home where they can come and at least put their heads together, learn the skills, and then form their own groups and at least find a way of earning a living.
You never know, one day, after 5 years, maybe after 6 years, when I would sit one day in our headquarters in Turkey, I can get some call from my chairman. Maybe one day he can tell me that we are fighting again in Uganda, you know. It's sometimes happening, but I don't feel that I will leave this Uganda because with so many friends, I cannot leave just enter to plane and go to the Turkey. Of course, we will be in touch.
Welcome back to the last segment of our lunchtime news with our sports going off with a week to the FIFA Super 8 tournament, where Crane Select side remains in buoyant mood after encountering the best clubs in the land. The National Select Cranes team has for a week been at Makerere University Business School Mobs grounds. Crane Select is composed of mainly local best players and free agents that are out of the 7 participating clubs. Some foreign best players have also been included in the select squad, competing against reigning champions of SC Villa, Bull FC, Vipers SC, Chitara FC, KCCA FC, Maroons FC and NEC FC. Uganda Cranes technical team keeps an eye on impressive players to break into the senior team for the 2025 AFCON qualifiers that start in September this year. The players already in the setup of the Uganda Cranes will use the chance to cement their positions by keeping high levels of physical and mental strength ahead of the campaign, while the clubs will use the tournament to fine-tune their squads for the new season. 3 venues will be used for the tournament: Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, St. Mary's Stadium, Chitende, and MTN Omondi Stadium, Lugogo.
Stadium Nambole, St. Mary's Chitende, and Philip Omondi Stadium in Lugogo.
And that's all we had for you this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more programming coming your way. My name is Sharon Chomdisha. Bye-bye.